Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what my workout routine has been looking like and why I feel so good when I do it this way. So for a really long time, I would go for really long jogs, and what that was doing, I was feeling very much like a very high impact type of workout, and I didn't really feel good with myself because I was rushing and I was running a lot, and I think I was doing that when I was in a state of more of running away from where I was and just not really feeling present in my body. So what I've been really working on is starting to do my workouts where I am completely walking for like an hour, basically like 8,000 steps to 10,000 steps a day. And let me just tell you, what that has been doing for me is incredible. It has really been changing the way I feel. It's making me much calmer and I feel much more centered within my frame. I think the reason why I was jogging, like I mentioned earlier, was that I really felt like I need to go rush more with my life, but now I'm really realizing the present moment is so nice. And especially I think as a woman, walking has really making me more in touch with myself and more flow, and helps me process my thoughts better. Where when I run, I'm processing my thoughts at a very interesting way. Like my thoughts just keep racing when I'm running because my body is running. So sometimes my thoughts are calm when I run, but usually the case is that when I'm running, I'm kind of having to focus on my breath, and it's a very intense experience. So when I start walking now, it feels really, really nice because what's going on within me is that I can just have slower thoughts because I'm walking and it's slower. Like my energy is slower. And then I have one thought at a time, and then I'm just going through my walk and I'm just observing oh, sometimes my thoughts are a little bit negative about myself. Or recently I've been having these emotions come up, because there's I live in a city and there's a lot of cars when I go for a walk. But instead this morning what I did was I did a lot of meditating, and I did a Joe Dispenza brain heart coherence meditation before I started my walk. And then what that did was really help me get centered. So let's say if you're gonna go for a walk, I think it's highly important to go for your walk, but before you go for your walk, do yoga for at least 5 minutes, I would say. Obviously, the more the merrier. I don't know, I go up for 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I'll just do yoga in my room, really just feel good within my frame. First of all, what yoga does is it transcends all the blood. Like gravity naturally puts your blood into your feet, but instead what yoga does is it flips it around so all your blood rushes to your head, and then it creates this circulation within your body, and you feel so good from it. I'm telling you, I I know I've done Pilates once or twice. I do love Pilates the once or twice that I did it, but it was so hard. First of all, shout out to all the Pilates girls. Honestly, that's amazing. Um but I felt just yoga really gives me that blood flow that maybe just when I did Pilates I didn't feel that as much, even though Pilates is so hard. And maybe I should honestly get into both. That'd be pretty cool, to be honest. But at least for now, I'm just really, really super into yoga. And I think that it makes you feel really, really centered and really, really calm and in your frame. In your brain and your heart is in tune with each other, and you're just at this rhythmic, you're feeling a rhythm within yourself. Everything's just cohesive, everything makes sense. It's honestly really, really nice. And I think that so I highly recommend, honestly, just going for really long walks, wherever you are. It's so low impact, and you would be surprised the benefits. I'm just saying, I feel so good. I feel all my clothes fit me well. I just feel everything looks cute when I go for walks every day, at least 10,000 steps a day. It makes me really lean out, and I just feel really good from it. And honestly, I think that sometimes we think oh, it's just a little walk. It's not a little walk. An hour walk can get you far. And even like, I even want to like walk even more. Some days I'll walk an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's like, sometimes I think like, what is that on the grand scheme of things? Like an hour and a half walk, let's say, and then the whole entire day is 24 hours. Obviously you sleep and like you're tired for like 8 to 12 hours. So like that's like downtime. But let's say in a 12-hour day, what's an hour and a half or 2 hours out of that to just like really take care of yourself? Yeah, so I really highly recommend finding like something that you love to do that's super low impact, that you can just do it without thinking. Like for me, when I was jogging, I had to like think so much about it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna need so much energy to jog. But when you just walk, you don't need to like think about it. Like I don't need to think about like, okay, I'm gonna walk for an hour and a half, I hope I'm not gonna lose my like energy. Obviously, like it takes like brain will, like it takes like will from me, like willpower to go for the walk. But at the same time, like once you pass through and move through that, like, okay, I need that willpower to really go and walk. Once you pass through it, you can really like just go and just go and go. And it's like I said, it doesn't take that much from you. It's pretty like self-explanatory, if I would say, especially if you combine that yoga before and also after even like 5 minutes. But it's so nice. And I think that also eating really like a good clean diet has really helped me feel good within myself. Sometimes for sure, like I'll, let's say like last night I had like nachos, and here and there I'll have like cheat meals and I'll have like yummy stuff on the side. Like I'll eat not as healthy, but I would say 80% of my diet is super clean. Basically fruits and vegetables and protein and dates. I love to eat dates and peanut butters, nuts, all that. And then 20% of my diet, even less, like 10% of my diet is like snacks, or like I love red licorice, okay? Obsessed. It's like a certain brand. It's not like Red Vines. It's like real red licorice, like from like Bristol Farms or something. It's so good. So I love like licorice. I love chocolate chip cookies, and I love, let's say, like nachos and pizza here and there, and just like those like snack type of foods. But then overall, I would say that the majority of my diet is like pretty healthy. I love having like chocolate smoothies. I'll either get, like today I got from Juice Crafters, like a chocolate smoothie with like peanut butter, ashwagandha, and that was really good. Or I'll just make it at home, and I'll have like chocolate, peanut butter, chocolate powder, like cocoa powder. I'll put Greek yogurt, like an almond milk or coconut milk. I'll just put, what else? Dates, a little cinnamon, ice, bananas. Did I say that? And it's so, oh my god, that's so good. That's like a chocolate dream for me. It's the best. So I would say that is like breakfast usually. Sometimes I got really into the RX bars, the protein bars. Also, recently I've been following more like health type of people and health conscious type of people, let's say, on Instagram and all of that. The other week before I got my period, I was like, it was so interesting. I was craving meat, and I was like, oh my god, I need meat. So I'm protein. I don't want any chicken. I just wanted meat. And in the past I was vegan for a really long time. Like I would say I wasn't like fully vegan, but I didn't really have a desire for meat. But it happened to be recently I'm really like craving meat, so I'm just gonna give that to myself. Like I think it's really important to just like be in tuned. Obviously you can eat however you feel, and I'm not telling you to eat meat or not eat meat, whatever. It's your decision, of course. But my story was that before I got my period, I was like, all I wanted to have was meat. So a week before, I went to the store. I got like 3 packages of ground meat. I got a package of like steak. I got eggs. I got cheese, I got onions and like potatoes, sweet potatoes, and that's what I ate for the whole week before my period. Then I got my period and I didn't want to eat like any of that. All I wanted really was like just like fruit and really light food when I was on the week of my period. Then I was like, this is so interesting. I didn't really know, like, I didn't even realize, like, oh my god, it's the week before my period, I'm gonna just want to eat meat. Then while I was on my period, I googled, it was like day 4, and I wasn't really like feeling good. Whenever I have my period, I don't know, just like I don't feel like good at all. I don't want to go out, I don't want to see anyone. I just want to stay in a cocoon and just like hibernate. Okay, so what happened was I went basically, so I googled about like cycle syncing for, well, like women when they have their period. And what they said was that this woman was saying, she gave a TED talk about cycle syncing. She was basically sharing how like before her period she would just want to eat meat, and she realized that her body knew she would be flushing out so much blood and all the iron from her body, she would be like deficient, so naturally she would just want to eat meat. And then the week after she would want to eat really light, and I was like, wait, that's literally what happened to me. I didn't really like put the two and two together till I watched that TED talk. And it was so interesting to see, like, once you get in tune with your body and with like your cycle and how you feel, like it's so interesting. And let's say, like, also with what you wear, let's say right now I just finished my period, so I'm just thinking like I want to look cute, I feel really lean, I don't feel any bloat, like I feel really good, and I like took out my red bag and I want to wear like fur and I just want to feel like pretty. And then like let's say if when I'm on my period, I just want to like hibernate, I don't want to wear anything that stands out, I just want to be like really just in my little shell. And there's it's like seasons for this. There's a fall month, there's a winter month, but it's not a month. A women's cycle is over a month. So the 1 week is you're in fall, 1 week you're in winter, 1 week you're in spring, 1 week you're in summer. And for men, their whole entire cycle, like their whole thing is just in one day. Like the morning is their fall, and then the night is their winter, and the middle of the day is their summer, and something like that. Something along those lines, which is so interesting how it works. Like men, they're on a 24-hour clock, and women, we're on a month. So like we have to be really in tune with the way we feel. And then let's say during our period, for me, like I can't create anything. Like it's not a good time for me to create that whole week. It's time for me to just like shed the old and let go. And then I noticed when I was on my period, I actually was like getting rid of furniture, and I was just like getting rid of so much things in my house. I got rid of like old pillows. I was like, oh my god, I need room, I need space to create, because I was getting ready for this week that just came to me, where now I feel like I can create and I feel like alive and witty and smart, and like I think it's so interesting to see that within myself. And like now I just want to be all creative. And then the week before I was like, don't, like I don't want to do anything. And it's just cool. And I obviously there's so much more to it, and just seeing like getting in tune with your energy. At this certain time of the month I want to create, at this certain time I don't want to create, or at this certain time I just want to, whatever it is for you. Getting in tune with your own energetic field and like what's going on within you can really help you understand how women are. And then also you don't need to like force things to happen, because the universe and like the way you feel, things will flow more. I will be getting my period, and then I will feel like if I force things, I'll be like trying to create while I'm like in my week of trying to let go. It's so backwards, because I can't be in my body. Like I can't try to create while I'm on my period. Like that's not gonna work for me. I have to like give myself time. So then the next week I can more be creative and like vibrant. You have to just notice these things within yourself and see like how you are, and how sometimes you want to create, sometimes you don't. It's just really interesting, honestly. And I'm just stepping my toes into like the cycle syncing world, so obviously nothing necessarily is like completely accurate. This is just like my opinion and my view. Obviously I learned just a little bit from it, but I'm sure there is so much more to learn. And just getting in tune with yourself, like that's all what I've been kind of really delving into, and then tapping into that frequency. And yeah, so I hope that you can enjoy and take something out of this YouTube video, that if you feel that you want to really get a little more in touch with your own energy, or get in touch with cycle syncing, for sure, like as a woman, it's gonna be life changing for you. Like literally life changing, because you will see like different, the way you act and the way you are, and you will just, it will change parts of you, because you're not gonna try to like force things on your period. You're gonna more be. And then when it's not, when you're in creation, you're gonna like, oh, let me force that, because obviously it's gonna work. So it's just cool. And yeah, so I feel that I hope I was able to give you something for this video, and that you can benefit from this video. And yeah, like go out there and create. And if you feel that you want to do something, like go do it. Like if you want to start that YouTube channel, start that podcast, start that new business, just start something for yourself right now, go for it. Like go do it. You can do it. And I promise you, nobody cares at the end of the day. Like they'll think about it for a minute, and even if they do judge you, sometimes they're just judging because they wish that they can like live like you. So don't worry. Like if there are people around you that are judging you, or like, oh, why are you posting so much, or why are you doing so much, a few months down the line, a few years down the line, you're gonna be up there and so successful, and you're gonna thank me and say like, thank God I didn't listen to the voice in my head, or listen to the haters, to the real haters like that are saying don't post or don't do this. Like, trust me. So go out there, post your video, and start your creation, and let me know how it goes. Feel free to leave a comment down below on YouTube, or feel free to DM me on Instagram too. And I hope y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.